pretend that no one in here has ever heard my story before. Is that okay? Yeah.
Yes.
All right. So, I was so lucky to also be in another network marketing company with Helen. But you know, I was at a place in my life where I felt like I had not really filled my potential. I felt like there was something more out there for me, but I wasn't really sure where I was going to find it or where it was going to show up. But I was looking for it. So I thought, you know, maybe the best thing I can do is to find a cause. And so I just happened to be at a health fair one afternoon, and it was at NASA Stennis Space Center where I live, and I met this lady. Her name was Barbara Dillon, and she was showing the benefits of a self-breast examination kit. And it was kind of interesting because I was showing the benefits of sunscreen. So a huge storm came up, and we were in this open-air pavilion. And so they sent all the workers back into their offices under the safety of their offices, and they just left the vendors out there basically to fend for ourselves. And so we thought, well, let's just huddle together. Well, I happened to huddle by Barbara, who had the breast check kit. So it was kind of like, if you show me yours, I'll show you mine. And so that's what we did. And so she asked me, she says, you know, I would love to come share this breast check kit with all the women you work with. And my little brain said, oh, no, you won't. I'll share it with the women I know. I have found a cause. And so it took a while to get sponsored into Plexus because you see, they were going through a corporate change. They were being purchased by a guy that you might recognize, Carl Robinson, and our CEO was taking over Plexus. And so it took me a while because you see, that was July, and it took all the way to September to actually get sponsored, because they were going through this change. They were changing the comp plan. They were changing out the 4 people that worked in the office. We're all going to learn the new comp plan. And so luckily one day I got a call and said, look, they're going to share the new comp plan tonight. We're not allowed to have guests on the line, but if you want to get on and just listen, but please don't introduce yourself. And I thought, okay, I'll just listen. So I had my notepad. They started to share the compensation plan, and for whatever reason, I understood it immediately. Just like, it just fell into place. I thought, this sounds too good to be true. And then they opened up to the other 12 people that were on the call with us, and that was 12 people in the whole company. I mean, I know he said there was 500 something ambassadors, but working, I think there was about 12 to 15. And so they started to ask questions, and they started to confuse me, so I decided to just hang up. So I hung the phone up, and the next day I called corporate and said, look, give me Barbara's ambassador number and let me get signed up because I have found a cause. And then I worked with them, and they only had the breast check kit. And there's, like Charles said yesterday, not much you can do with a product that has a 10-year guarantee on it. But they introduced the body cream, and we thought we had something there because now we had at least one consumable product. And then the following July, I got a call. And it was the executive team, and they said, we have a new product that we would like to bring on board. Now, my other company had like 270 products, so I was very excited that Plexus only had 2. And when they talked about bringing a third one in, I was like, I don't know if I really want you to bring a third product in. I mean, what could it be, you know? And they're like, well, we haven't really named it yet, but we'd like to send you some, and we just want you to drink it. So I did. They sent it, I drank it, and I can remember calling them going, I don't know, it's weird, I have energy today. Oh, that's okay, just keep telling us what it's doing for you. And a couple days later I would call and say, I didn't want my soda today, is that okay? Yeah, that's okay. And then one day I called and I said, okay, something's happening because all my friends are asking, what are you doing? And I didn't know what I was doing. So how can I just share something you don't know about, right? And so I was like, I don't know, but I promise as soon as I find out what it is, I will share it with you. And that does not go over well with friends. You know, you lose 5 pounds, everybody wants to know what you're doing, right? Or you have more energy, they want to know what you're doing. And so, you know, I called, that was in July, and in September we came out with Plexus Slim. And within those 3 months, We had just a few testimonies, basically mine and a lot of you know Coach Ronnie Cuevas, and we had 2 testimonies, and we really went out on a faith, hope, prayer, and a dream that this could change everything for us. I mean, he was going to go to Walmart and work just to make enough money to pay his insurance, and I decided that I was going to retire from my other business and go full-time with Plexus. And so it was exciting because when I made that phone call, they're like, oh, finally we got somebody that was going to go full-time. And so we went out there and just started something that we had no idea that this was going to happen, okay? Absolutely not.
Wonderful, wonderful. This is great.